Some of the most experienced cruisers on the ocean deliberately book the cheapest cabin on the ship, the interior cabin, and they do it for a reason. Because if you understand how cruise ships actually work, interior cabins quietly give you advantages most passengers never realize until after they've already overpaid. Extra money in your pocket, better sleep, less motion sickness, and sometimes an overall better cruise experience. But only if you use them the right way. Today, I'm walking you through the exact checklist experienced cruisers follow when choosing interior cabins. Not randomly, not because they're cheap, but because they know exactly how to use them to their advantage. Let's start with the first phase. Phase 1. Booking strategy before you even step on the ship. The first advantage of interior cabins begins during booking. Step 1. Use interior cabins to control your cruise budget. The first thing experienced cruisers do is ignore the marketing pressure around balcony cabins. Cruise lines know balconies look impressive in photos, but they also know most passengers only spend a few minutes per day in their cabin. When you book an interior cabin, you're often saving hundreds, sometimes thousands of dollars. On a typical 7-night cruise, the difference between an interior and a balcony cabin can easily be $700 to $1,200. If you skip this step and automatically choose a balcony, you're not just paying for a window. You're sacrificing money that could go toward excursions, specialty dining, spa access, or even another future cruise. Pro tip: experienced cruisers treat the cabin like a hotel room for sleeping, not the destination itself. Step 2. Choose the right interior cabin location. Not all interior cabins are the same. Some are tucked between noisy service areas. Others sit near elevators or theaters where crowds pass constantly. The smart move is choosing an interior cabin surrounded by other cabins on all sides. This creates a buffer that reduces noise from hallways, kitchens, or entertainment areas. If you skip this step, you might save money but lose sleep because of rolling carts, late-night hallway traffic, or crew doors opening nearby. Pro tip: midship interior cabins usually experience less motion than those at the very front or back of the ship. Phase 2. Sleep optimization. This is where interior cabins begin to outperform balcony cabins in ways many passengers never expect. Step 3. Use total darkness to reset your sleep cycle. Interior cabins have no windows. At first, that sounds like a downside, but experienced cruisers know it creates the darkest sleeping environment possible. No sunrise waking you up at 5:30 a.m., no port lights shining through curtains, no balcony doors rattling in the wind, just pure darkness. If you skip taking advantage of this, you miss one of the most powerful benefits of interior cabins: deep, uninterrupted sleep. Pro tip: many frequent cruisers say they sleep better in interior cabins than they do at home. Step 4. Control your schedule without outside light. When you have a balcony, sunlight dictates your wake-up time. Interior cabins give you complete control. If you had a late-night show, casino visit, or longshore excursion, you can sleep in without bright daylight flooding the room. If you ignore this advantage and keep checking the time or turning lights on constantly, you lose the relaxed rhythm interior cabins offer. Pro tip: some cruisers bring a small sunrise alarm clock so they wake naturally without relying on windows. Phase 3. Motion and comfort advantages. Cruise ships move more than most passengers expect, and interior cabins often make that movement easier to handle. Step 5. Reduce motion sickness risk. Interior cabins sit closer to the ship's center. That means less movement compared to balconies hanging off the ship's outer edge. Passengers in outer cabins often feel the ships roll more dramatically. If you skip this consideration and choose a forward balcony instead, rough seas can turn your cabin into the least comfortable place on board. Pro tip: first-time cruisers who worry about motion sickness often have a much smoother experience in midship interior cabins. Step 6. Stay cooler and quieter. Interior cabins don't absorb sunlight through large windows or balcony doors. That means the room temperature stays more stable. Balcony cabins often heat up during the afternoon sun, forcing the air conditioning to work harder. If you overlook this, you might spend the first few hours in your balcony cabin adjusting the thermostat and waiting for the room to cool down. Pro tip: cooler rooms help your body fall asleep faster, which is another reason many cruisers prefer interiors. Phase 4. Lifestyle strategy on board. Now we get to the biggest reason experienced cruisers choose interior cabins. It changes how you use the ship. Step 7. Spend your time where the ship was designed to be enjoyed. Cruise ships are built around public spaces, observation decks, pools, lounges, theaters, restaurants. Balcony cabins tempt passengers to isolate themselves. Interior cabin cruisers naturally spend more time exploring the ship. If you skip this mindset shift, you might accidentally turn your cruise into an expensive hotel stay. Pro tip: the best ocean views on most ships are actually from public decks designed specifically for viewing. Step 8. Turn cabin savings into better cruise experiences. Remember that money you save during booking? Experienced cruisers reinvest it into experiences. Better shore excursions, specialty dining, spa treatments, faster internet, drink packages. If you skip this step and simply pocket the savings, you still win financially. But if you reinvest strategically, your cruise becomes significantly more memorable. Pro tip: many seasoned cruisers book interior cabins specifically so they can afford longer cruises. Phase 5. The hidden cruise trick. This final strategy is something cruise lines rarely advertise. Step 9. Use interior cabins for upgrade opportunities. Cruise ships often sail with unsold balcony or ocean view cabins. Passengers booked in interior cabins are frequently the ones receiving discounted upgrade offers. If you start with an expensive balcony, those offers rarely apply to you. But if you start with an interior, you sometimes receive upgrade emails offering better cabins for a fraction of the normal price. If you skip this strategy, you might unknowingly remove your chance at one of the best cruise deals available. Pro tip: some cruisers intentionally book interiors early and wait for upgrade offers closer to departure. Step 10. Simplify embarkation day. Interior cabin cruisers often approach the ship differently. Instead of rushing to enjoy a balcony immediately, they drop their luggage and head straight to explore the ship. Lunch buffets are quieter, pools are less crowded, and the ship becomes familiar before the first evening. If you skip this mindset and treat the cabin as the destination, you may miss some of the calmest moments on embarkation day. Pro tip: exploring the ship early helps you avoid getting lost during the busy first evening. Step 11. Reduce noise from outside decks. Balcony cabins sit near outdoor activity areas where music, deck chairs, and late-night cleaning can create noise. Interior cabins are protected deeper inside the ship. If you skip this awareness, you might pay more money only to wake up early because crew members are rearranging deck furniture above you. Pro tip: interior cabins placed between passenger decks are often the quietest rooms on the ship. Final phase. Traps to avoid interior cabins are powerful when used correctly. But there are a few mistakes new cruisers make. First, don't choose interior cabins directly under nightclubs or theaters. Second, don't forget to set alarms since there's no natural daylight. Third, avoid the smallest interior cabins if you're cruising with multiple people and lots of luggage. When booked strategically, interior cabins can deliver one of the smartest cruise experiences available. Now I'm curious about your experience. Have you ever stayed in an interior cabin, and would you book one again?